Today's lesson in A Course in Miracles is a very controversial one. It's one that evokes possibly a lot of anger, fear, resistance, depression, and the lesson is sickness is a defense against the truth. Now, why does it evoke in some of us a lot of resistance and a lot of anger? Because when you are sick, you're sick for a reason. The reason is not that something happens to you, quite unsought, as he so beautifully puts it in this lesson. It happens to you because you decided for it. You cannot remember it because that's part of the plan. We call this a quick forgetting. But sickness is a decision. It was made in a full awareness, and then your plan required that you forget it afterwards. Again, a quick forgetting. Decision or sickness is a decision to let truth not be true, to let you not be whole as God created you, and to let God not be God. It's that simple, right? It's a decision for illusions. It's a decision against the truth, so that you can be you. It's a tough one, right? This is a tough lesson. I told you it was going to be a tough lesson. But I told you that also A Course in Miracles has some tough lessons. And when you're not ready to hear this, you're not ready to hear this. Right? But for those of us who are ready to hear this, this has become a joyous idea, because if I experience some kind of sickness, I can decide otherwise because I just was told that sickness is a decision. Not? So I can decide otherwise. It's in my own hands. The power of decision is my own. Right? One of the lessons in our Course in Miracles. It's the only thing that you have left, having denied your own identity. You can decide otherwise. You can let the miracle, which is a correction, correct, inserted into conceptual thinking, heal you because it corrects illusions, and sickness is an illusion. It's a decision against the truth, therefore it has to be an illusion. Doesn't matter what form it takes, there is no order of difficulty in miracles. One sickness can just as easily be healed as another sickness. Its form does not matter. An illusion is an illusion is an illusion. So sickness is a faulty problem-solving approach. When truth threatens your belief system, you defend yourself real quickly and decide against it. Now you're sick. That's how simple that is. And if you go like, wait, I don't want to defend myself anymore. I'm going to decide for truth, not against it. I'm going to let myself be as God created me. That's healing. It truly is that simple. Again, the thought system of A Course in Miracles is a consistent thought system. You cannot pick and choose. I want this to be true, but I don't want that to be true. It's either going to be true in its entirety or not at all. The same is true for the thinking of the world. The thinking of the world is a consistent thought system. Okay? But they are each other's opposite. And I've told you before in other videos, correct, that this will challenge you. This uncompromising thinking that this course sets for will challenge you. It will ask that you're willing to give up whatever you believe, because whatever you believe is the cause of the world you see, and we've already established that none of it is so. The recognition that sickness is a decision has become a joyous idea for many of us, as we already stated, because I can decide otherwise. It's in my own hands. It's my decision. And I don't want to be sick. Now, maybe you say, well, I'm sick, but I don't want to be sick either. But I don't believe what you're saying. But again, remember, maybe you don't want to be sick on some level, but having made the decision against the truth, on a deeper level that you've chosen to forget, you did decide for this. Because everything that happens to you is a decision. You asked for and you receive as you've asked. There's no such thing as you're being unfairly treated. Tough video, right? Tough video. But remember, you can decide otherwise. But when you say, I don't believe you, again, we're dealing with your belief system, don't we? Right? There always is a point where you're going to run up against your own belief system, and maybe you're not willing to let go of that particular belief. But you can just as easily try. Why not let go of it for a moment? Why maybe not just for a moment admit that you were wrong and ask for healing? What is it going to cost? What does he say in, a, in the teacher's manual? The whole world you see. Because the world will never again appear to rule your mind. Right? You're no longer going to be victim. You've invented the world you see. That's really what healing is. It's the acceptance that you're created, that you are as God created you. It's acceptance to let truth be true and nothing else be true. Regardless of the fact that it is. Right? You're no longer going to defend yourself. Stand there for a moment when you're being confronted with that. You're either going to like the idea or you're not going to like the idea. Or maybe you're somewhere in between, thinking about it, mulling it over, and so on. I've told you, this Course in Miracles will challenge you. I told you it's the opposite of the thinking of the world. And I told you that it requires you to let go of all your beliefs. How about giving it a try? Love it. That's the offering, right? I hope, if you're watching this video, that this wasn't too controversial for you, that you weren't too insulted. No one wants to be sick. Of course not. At least not on a superficial level. But here you're asked to go a little deeper. This course requires way more honesty than you're used to, right? Here you're being asked to question your most fundamental beliefs. And you do believe that you're separate from Source. You do believe you're a victim. You do believe this world is real. And you're being asked to question that. Maybe I'm wrong about this, right? Regardless of the fact that you are wrong about it. Quite a lesson. Quite a lesson. Huh? There's another lesson in here that a little further where he says, only salvation can be thought to cure, because he doesn't really use the word cure in a course. Very, very seldom. Cure being taking away whatever symptoms you have, right? So usually that's an idea of the remedy of all your symptoms. That's of course included, right? That's what healing, that's an automatic consequence of healing. But healing is way more than that. When we talk about healing, it's always of the mind. The body will follow. It's impossible for the body to get sick without the mind being sick. What's a sick mind? A mind that denies what it is. A mind that's decided against the truth, right? That's a sick mind. Does that include basically the human condition? Of course. But that's not the point. The point is, it's always just addressing you, isn't it? In this Course in Miracles, he's always addressing you, isn't it? He isn't talking to anyone else. He's just always addressing you within your own mind. And he's asking, are you willing to accept that? I think I'll leave it with that today. That was quite, for many of us, this is not new. We are there already. We've accepted this, and if we forget for a moment, we'll remind ourselves, right? But for some of you out there, this may be an entirely new idea. And again, I hope you're not too offended by it. But try it. And if you haven't heard of A Course in Miracles, get a copy. But try it, practice it, see what happens. I guarantee you, you cannot fail in this if you're willing to give up your beliefs and practice these lessons. And healing is certain. Why is healing certain? God only gives. Truth is true and nothing else is true. I can answer this in many, many ways. Healing is certain because you are already that. You are already whole. Healing is the idea that you're whole, right? You are already whole. It's just merely an acceptance of what's already so. Why is it impossible to get sick? Because you're whole. You're whole and perfect as God created you. Something that's whole and perfect cannot get sick. It can get sick in illusions, this world, in dreams, but only in dreams. You can dream you get sick, and it will be very real to you, but it's not going to be real. It's a lot. For some, I truly understand. For some of you out there, this is going to be a lot. All I'm offering you is the truth. I'm not offering you anything else. I'm offering you healing. That's what A Course in Miracles offers you. I'm offering you a new way of thinking. Again, that's what A Course in Miracles offers you. The new way of thinking does not include suffering. That's what A Course in Miracles offers you. Okay? Yes, it's different, but it's not hard. It's just different than what you're used to in the world. Again, it's the opposite of the thinking of the world. It's not hard, it's just different. And because it's completely different to what you're used to, it may for a moment seem hard. For many of us out there, and I know there are many of you out there, I see you on YouTube, I see you on TikTok, I see all the teachers out there that are teaching this beautiful course. What an amazing job you do teaching this. For many of us, this has become joyous news, and it's really exploding at this point in space time. It's absolutely exploding. Right? There's so many of us out there teaching this. Beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing. It's working. It's like the entire human race, right? You in your entirety is being elevated at this point in space time to an entirely new frequency. It is astonishing. I love it. And I love you. Have a great day wherever and whenever you are. And I'll see you out there.